The NFL has a sexual predator problem, and nothing more clear than what is going on in Cleveland with the Browns, and now the Browns' newest hero in Jameis Winston. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I have said during the offseason that the Browns have the creepiest team in the NFL, and it ain't close. And this, of course, all starts with Deshaun Watson, who we know has nearly 30 sexual assault allegations against him.
Watson sued again, this time by a woman who says she was sexually assaulted by the quarterback during a date nearly 4 years ago.
Now, we know sports, especially the NFL, they are willing to let things slide as long as you are slinging the rock. And unfortunately, if you've watched any of this league, you know that Deshaun Watson at some weeks was ranked the worst quarterback in the NFL. And quite frankly, I don't really give a shit about how the fans did or did not react on Sunday after he injured his Achilles.
I was there in person when Watson went down and experienced the horror firsthand when our dastardly fan base turned into a sadistic, howling mob that jeered him mercilessly as he was carted off the field. Except that wasn't really my experience. It actually sounded more like this. Like most people at the stadium, I wasn't even aware of the Browns fans booing controversy until I was on my way home listening to the post-game show. In case I'm not being clear, I think this incident has been blown out of proportion considerably.
Now, what I do care about is the fact that after Deshaun got hurt, two veterans, one in particular being a captain of the team and perhaps the best defensive player on the planet in Myles, Garrett.
He hadn't earned it and he doesn't deserve it. Man does pretty much everything right. He's been a model citizen through college and most of the pros. He plays the game as hard as anyone I've seen. Puts everything on the line, willing to throw his body out there, and he plays the game at 100 miles per hour. And there's a risk of being injured, and he took that risk. Like I said, no one deserves that, and I hate using the word deserve.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
And then Jameis Winston talking about how Deshaun has sacrificed his life and been a model citizen, and that in Jameis's case, that his God tells him to love and respect the man, regardless of the circumstances.
Want the treatment that Deshaun Watson has received from these passionate fans. I know you love this game. When I first got here, I knew these were some amazing fans. But Deshaun was treated badly. And now he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up. And I'm going to be there for him. Because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works. And I know who he is as a person and as an NFL quarterback. And that's all I have to say to address him. I'm sending up my prayers. I already prayed for his leg, and I will continue.
And for folks who want to say that that was a powerful speech by Jameis, can rightfully kiss my ass. There is no world where there is anything powerful about one sexual predator defending the other, regardless of if you want to throw God around as a prop, as Jameis usually does. As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, I can tell you that Jameis has been doing this spiel for as long as I can remember. He's got allegations back from college, and he's got allegations recently as well. And the biggest problem with this entire situation is that Jameis can win you a lot of football games. We know that that is far in the past for Deshaun Watson. He looks absolutely washed, and there's no doubt that the time has run out on him in the league. But I was one who was of the opinion that if we're talking football, I was one of the opinion that Jameis should have been the one on the field from the first place. When Deshaun got injured and they brought in Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who I believe is a rookie, my thoughts were, if you're having trouble with the basics of moving the ball, Jameis is absolutely your guy. You're going to live and die with quite a bit of interceptions, but when it comes to pushing the ball, you're in great hands, and nobody's going to bring up any of his alleged off-field allegations. And the same thing with Deshaun. He got booed because he didn't play well. He didn't get booed because he's an alleged sexual predator with more than 30 lawsuits and accusations. The Browns should obviously be completely ashamed of themselves. But we know the way this football thing works. We know how this business runs. It's what have you done for me lately on the football field? And quite frankly, it's pretty disgusting.
Abusers welcome if you can play. Star wide receiver Tyreek Hill. In March, police were called to Hill's home twice in 9 days to investigate reports of child abuse after his 3-year-old son's arms was broken. And they didn't suspend Hill until after this explosive recording of him and his former fiancée came out a day later.
He is terrified of you, and you say that he respects you, but it's not respect.
You need to be terrified of me too. No.
I want to be clear that this is not a widespread issue in the NFL, but we know that this league seems to be one of the better ones at absolving their players and forgiving them for some egregiously horrible acts. The fact that players can play while an investigation is going on when the evidence overwhelmingly points to their guilt is another black eye on the NFL. The NBA is banning players for placing bets, and the NFL couldn't be happier to put you on the field as long as they don't have a video proof of you doing something abhorrent. It is one of the worst things about this league. It is one of the things that I hate the most, that I have to be associated with supporting it in any way. Jameis, unfortunately, is going to be the best shot that Cleveland has at winning their division, potentially returning to the playoffs. They should have made the move sooner if they really wanted to compete. Jameis is going to give you the balance. Now remember, he was the one running the top offense in Tampa for nearly a half decade, with multiple different coaches, with multiple different schemes, with multiple different situations. But it was always the interceptions that got him in trouble. But unfortunately, his alleged sexual incidents didn't. Thanks for stopping by on this one. Appreciate a subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when my videos come out. I'm always giving you the absolute truth. I'm never holding back. Let me know what you want to see on the next one. Drop it in the comments. Let's get a conversation going. I will see you next time.